Enlightenment, man. We gotta talk about this. This is gonna be an interesting aspect of the solar system series. We just encapsulate and break down basically all spiritual ideas that have been brought before us in some way, shape, or form in a previous time, and just sort of shedding some light on it in a way that's actually, you know, more modernly in tune with the spiritual space of where we are at now. You know what I'm saying? Because we all kind of agree to the sort of same subconscious, I guess, what's the word? Way to sort of just, put into an easily just shape and form to interpret with on how these spiritual ideas that have been, I don't want to say forced upon us, but just presented to us and told that this is the be-all, end-all, but to be like some type of just, this is just how it is, We all sort of agree that things have been like whispered down the lane to where it's been like, who knows where this at, what the actual meaning is. This is just the story that we've extracted from this particular space along this, timeline. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so let's break this down. So let's break this down, right? What actually is enlightenment? And to understand enlightenment, we need to understand light. You know what I'm saying? So what is light? Light is just the encapsulation of all forms, matter, experience, thoughts, concepts, feelings, everything that you can possibly experience in this physical realm, but it comes from a spiritual space. You know what I'm saying? So to understand light, and with that statement, we have to understand light in this realm. So what is light in this realm? Light is the actual experience of what you're saying, as well as what you can consciously see from the world. Do you get what I'm saying here? So if we're actually talking about enlightenment, we have to understand that, yes, it is this like physical, like it is this like state you can achieve, but you have to demystify it and really get to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it isn't just this overarching crazy experience and like state that'll just basically show you all knowledge, but it'll be the start, the stepping stone to what you can actually experience. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's not anything just, but it is the first step to what you will maybe believe, heard, or just come into through your own experience of what this like idea and like state of awareness could possibly be. But like I said, to understand enlightenment, you need to understand light to demystify the total like just mind-blowingness of what the state could possibly be. Do you get what I'm saying? So basically, what I mean by this is this experience of enlightenment isn't anything special, and I'm not even saying I've necessarily like achieved it. You know what I'm saying? This is just my awareness on what this could possibly be, which sort of leads us to what enlightenment actually is. And so, if we can all agree that this is a state of awareness, what this experience actually is in this realm of being able to understand your expression and understanding what you're consciously seeing from the world, because enlightenment is basically just being aware of your own awareness. You know what I'm saying? Because being aware of your own awareness gets you what? It basically gets you to the space of pure responsibility of what you're experiencing. Because if the goal of what you're trying to get to is consciously experiencing what you want, how do you do that? The first step is needing to be aware of your own awareness. And basically, this is where the whole like overarching experience of enlightenment is basically being, it's basically interpreted as the mastering of yourself. But where it's gotten misconstrued along the line is it's some magical state of awareness where some people may think that this is where you can know all, you can be all, you can do all, you can express all. But what really is it? Enlightenment is just the first stepping stone of you being aware of your own awareness and truly mastering yourself. Because once you do that, you will know how you learn, you will know how you deal with harmful thoughts, you will know how you deal with joyful thoughts, and you can make the choice between the two of what you actually want to experience, which is what, this magical state of pure peace, pure bliss, pure contentment can get you. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not something that should be, like, revered or think that you can't actually achieve this. It should be something that you feel you can achieve, it's the first step, and you truly know where you are in this world, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and then you can move on to wherever you choose after that. This is why people spend their entire lives trying to get to this point. And what really is the point of getting that if you don't have any, like, intention to get after that? This is like what I really hate about this shit, you know, because people spend, like I said, people spend lifetimes trying to do this shit, and it's just literally, it's so freaking infinitesimal, minimal. It's just such a, you know, it's just such a little step in your spiritual path to enlightenment, you know, and people will tell you it's this all grandiose thing, like, oh, you know, enlightenment, man, after that you're just content. Is contentment really all you're looking for in the world? Maybe this world, but not the next, and not the one before. You can't even freaking, you already have contentment, because it's really just, this is, oh my god, it's so annoying, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody will chase these like stupid concepts of just being content where they are, you know what I'm saying? And yes, it ties into this whole spirituality, yes, it ties into like this earth world, but it doesn't tie into the next or where you're going or how you want to be, you know what I'm saying? It's just really like, people tell you it's so much more, but all they get out of it is learning how to be content here. And they're missing all these supplementary steps of where you can go, where you have been, and what it's like to go these like lower like freaking awarenesses, these, you know, less awareness, less conscious, less just less space. And then there's like, oh, okay, you know, I've been there, I know what that's like. Oh, you know, it wasn't that good, so let me just try this enlightenment thing. And then all enlightenment really gets you is contentness in your own space. And yes, maybe once you're content in this space, you may approach the concept of being like, you know, maybe it'll be nice to go somewhere else and try this, you know, because because with what this like teaches us is just to achieve this, you need to get rid of all your desires, all your space, you know what I'm saying? All of your just, you know, will and energy to do something to where you can experience this full spiritual awareness. And it's just like, why are you trying to feel the spiritual awareness if you just incarnated here? You know, like, what's the point of seeking that if you incarnated here? Like, this is complete hell to a spirit, and you're just trying to forego all aspects of what, like, the hellistic natures of this realm is? Like, what? Like, yes, that'll get you back to your spiritual space, but, like, it's literally like doing a 360 and saying, no, I mean, I guess I didn't want to incarnate here, but you did anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to experience all the, like, you know, it could go many different ways. Like, you could have incarnated down here and been like, nah, I ain't really with it like that. You know, let me just go be a monk and learn this enlightenment concept so I can get the fuck up out of here. When in reality, you know, if you don't actually take the necessary steps, because the true achievement of this enlightenment thing is basically you just being a master of your own light, being able to, you know, handle what you take in and what you push out, and being like, okay, maybe I don't want to experience this thought, maybe I don't want to experience this feeling, maybe I can truly master myself and just be aware of this, you know? And then it's like, if people are adding all this other shit onto it, which is adding more light, putting light into something, enlightenment, adding light to something, and be like, nah, it's not that, then why the fuck are you calling it that? Because if you truly are a quote-unquote enlightened being, then of course you're going to be doing that and telling me it's something else. You know what I'm saying? And even if you are an enlightened being that actually have achieved a true, like, spiritual space of foregoing all your desires and getting rid of all this light, getting rid of all this attachment to light, why are you calling it enlightenment? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you know, either you gotta accept the fact that you got the misinformation about what this state that people have achieved have truly gotten you to, or you gotta get rid of the fact of, oh, okay, you know, just let me be like, you know, let me just call a different name because I know where this true state brings you. You get where I'm coming from? Like, fuck that. Like, oh my god. Like, I know this may not be the most concise argument about what enlightenment really is and how you can achieve it and how you're different, but I'm just throwing my thoughts out there, and you just gotta accept it, because on some shit, we really gotta get rid of all these old concepts of what this could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, why did I just go like this? Because I can't see past me when I want to go through and just check out what light is. Because what did people do in old freaking war times when they were trying to dodge the army chasing them? They would put out fires to look like they were leading them in a different path. But what does this really do? When you place fires, what happens? You have light in this realm. It just illuminates. It just does all this stuff, you know? But what happens when a light's placed in front of you? You can't see past it. So when you're trying to achieve this state of enlightenment and actually be illuminating, what happens? People can't see past you. You're in this pure state of bliss contentment, what everybody's trying to achieve on Earth. The highest vibration on Earth. Yellow light just emitting. So why is it like you're trying to achieve this state? You know, do you not want anybody to see past you? Do you want everybody to see the most highest vibrational possibility of you can be at Earth, which is foregoing all of earthly situations, where it just leads you back to the whole situation of, oh, okay, I guess I'm a being on Earth. I guess this is all life really is. This is the only body you can possibly take. Like, why the fuck are you trying to just be like, enlightenment? Like, you can't, what? Like, if a low vibrational person sees an enlightened being, they're really gonna think that this is all this is. This is the highest thing of spirituality. They're not gonna think past it. And I know that's a broad statement and a broad judgment to actually put on people, but it's just like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that, Like, I really hate that just fucking all these people on Earth will just be like, oh, okay, I guess you got religion. I guess you got, spiritual beliefs. I guess you got the consciousness community. I guess you got, like freaking people being, like, monks and stuff trying to achieve this state of being, which is enlightenment, being able, like, it may be experienced as, you're not aware of all, but you can perceive all, which takes you back to this being the first step of, like, just awareness, being aware of yourself. And then once you're aware of yourself, what happens? You realize how infinitesimal you actually are and how much awareness actually is in this realm. So it's just like, no matter which way you slice it, it's either, low vibrational people may look at it like, oh, okay, you can just be like, this is the highest vibration. I can't see past it. I guess this is what spirituality is on Earth. Either they deal with it or they don't, Either they express it out of here or they consciously see it and be like, oh, teach me. It's the only two choices. And then it's just like, oh my god, why are you doing that? It's just shit's so crazy. Like, shit really is crazy in this world. And this is why we're coming down here to fucking change it, because I just can't take it anymore. Like, why do you really have to look at enlightenment in such a stupid way? And I know a lot of people in the consciousness community and spiritual community are going to come back and be like, oh, how can you say this? This is what, the Buddha taught us. This is what all spiritual teachers taught us and said enlightenment is the be-all, end-all. When damn well they fucking know that this was the first step to their whole spiritual journey. And once they got to that point where they were like, oh, I guess I can achieve enlightenment and be aware of all these things, or not aware of it, but perceive it, it's just like, they may be, they want to make, maybe make some money off of it because they are stuck in the light realm. Remember, they got enlightened, they have all this light inside of them, and they have all this ability and awareness to perceive many things. They don't know it to be true, they just perceive it. But since they have this higher vibrational awareness and they, like, overstand things, and literally they stand over you in their level of awareness, which it isn't like levels, it's freaking, it's just like, how much can you perceive? You know what I'm saying? Which ties back to the whole thing of this not being you knowing all, this not you feeling all, this being this is just purely the mastering of your own light that you intake in this world to be able to be like, oh, I have this thought, oh, I have this feeling, and just like, oh, okay, I mean, I guess, I can master it. I don't want to feel this, I don't want to think this, I don't have to. Great. But it's just like, I know I've repeated the same point, but you need to fucking hear it. Like, it's just like, you have mastered your awareness and perception. It's literally the first stepping stone to actually taking the highest level of purity you can on Earth to actually experience something. Because you've mastered your own awareness on the subject, and you can keep it moving how you see fit. Anyways, that's all I really got to say about enlightenment. Do with it what you will. Peace.